So in the previous video, we looked at how you can view markers on the map by using the buttons over here. And that's going to show us all schemes or properties on the map. But if we wanted to look at a specific list of schemes or properties, we first have to define what it is that we want to see. So the way to do that is to go over and open up the split view. And then from the main menu, we want to go to either the schemes page, if it was a list of schemes that we wanted to see, or the properties page, if there was a list of particular properties that we wanted to see. So let's check out properties. So on the properties page, we've got a list of all the properties in the database, and there's filters at the top that we can use to refine that list down to just see particular properties that we're interested in. So let's go ahead and set where the tenant is Sports Direct Fitness Gyms. That's refined this list down to 25 properties. And if I wanted to quickly see that on the map, I can press show on the map here. If we have a zoom out, we can see all of the properties on the map. Now, if I was going to work with this store list a lot, instead of having to select the tenant like I did, we can save the filter set. So just make up a name. Visibility, so private means that it's only going to be visible to me. If I left that unchecked, it means that anybody at my company would be able to use this filter. So you may want to leave that unchecked. It depends what you're doing. Okay, so now that we've saved that, we can select it. So if I quickly want to see all Sports Direct gyms, I could just select it like so, and we can see them on the map. So if I then say wanted to work with another layer, so let's maybe look at all gym operators. So when you filter by company category, you can select a category and it's going to show all of the tracked tenants that we have in that category. And tracked tenants are ones that we, RPD, is actively tracking and keeping up-to-date store lists of. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So if you're interested to find out more about tracked tenants, there's a separate video on that, and you can see it on the tracked tenants page there in the main menu. So I've added all gym operators, and we can now see there's maybe 1,600 gyms, and they're all across the country. We could refine that down a bit, maybe say, I don't know, all gyms under 10,000 square foot. And then let's go ahead and save a new filter set. So small gyms, let's take a square foot. So you can see now that this list is updated and show on the map is checked. We can see them on the map. So that's one way we can view them on the map. Another way that we can do this is by using this Add Layers button over here. So if we click on that, you'll see that the saved filters are now displaying here. And we can select them. So again, if I wanted to see all of them, I can just select them like that. Now, the advantage of adding them as a layer is that you can add as many layers as you want. So obviously over here, it can get a bit complicated if you want to show lots of different things, whereas over here, it offers an easier way to just load in whatever layers it is that you want. And so we can now see them all on the map, free to pan and zoom around. And if we want any further information, we can just click on the property, and again, the property information is going to load on this side over here. Another thing, just to double check before I finish, is that there's the overlap markers toggle is turned on or off. So you may want to make sure that that's turned on, as it's going to help you see where the different operators are grouped together, or where there may be gaps where people aren't located as well. So just make sure that that is turned on when you're doing this, as it will help you give a better view of what's going on.